Welcome to Classical Grooming. Today we're going to talk about summer fragrances. Now, I gotta say, while I do love the summertime, I'm not a huge fan of summertime fragrances. I tend to like things which are very floral, musky, have a little bit of a bite to them on the base, and those generally don't play well during the heat. Where I live now, we're in the 90s and sometimes hitting 100s for a period of time, and I've had some of those heavier fragrances fall apart on me. It's as if you put them on and all the top notes and the middle notes just fly off, leaving you kind of gagging on the base notes, as they tend to overpower the nose in the summertime heat. But I'd like to talk about different fragrances that I have used that seem to hold up in 90 to 100 degree Fahrenheit heat. So let's go ahead and start those. So the first on my list is Nautica Voyage, which I have sampled but I do not own. And it holds up well in the heat. It has this initial burst of fruitiness. I seem to think it says melon, other people says like watermelon, other people say green apple, but it's very pleasant. When you hit 90 to 100 degrees, that part doesn't last long, and then it moves into sort of a watery kind of cedar greenness to it, which has quite a bit of a bite. It's one of those bites on the top note, but in this case I don't care for it very much. But I can say that it lasts in the heat well, and it lasts for hours, so it's a great performer. CK1 by Calvin Klein. This bottle is at least 20 years old. This is a vintage one that was given to me by my wife, and you can see, since I've had it for 20 years, I'm not a huge fan, but it still rocks during the heat. You can spray this on, it lasts a long time, it doesn't dissemble into a chemical mess, and it's not overpowering when you hit those higher temperatures. I wear it once every couple months, so maybe once or twice during the summer, just because it gives me something different during the summer effect. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. But I'd recommend it for those that are looking for something to wear during this season. This one is a little odd for even me, but Brut. Now this is the Unilever version of Brut. It's European made, and it's sweet, but not cloyingly sweet for summertime fragrances. I have worn this in the 90s and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and while it still smells like Brut and it projects a little louder, it's not cloying and it holds its own. Florida Water by Murray and Landman. Now this is not really a splash-on fragrance that you wear all day. This is something you splash on after shave or after stepping out of the shower, or even before going to bed. That's just refreshing. It's citrusy, it's spicy, and it just, when it's really hot, I love to put this on, especially before bed. Let it kind of cool my skin and enjoy the fragrance as I'm falling asleep. This is a sample of Uzuman by Caron. Now Caron is a niche house of fragrances that they're all fairly affordable, but they do tend to be more expensive than my general price range. Generally speaking, running anywhere from $40 to $60 for 3.5 ounces. And the beauty of this one, I mean, they all actually do pretty well in the heat, but this one has that citrus note on top, and as you wear it, that citrus note does tend to shine throughout, and then you get a woodiness that comes through. Now you think woodiness when you're talking really hot. In this one it works. It's never overpowering, it's never sharp, it never has a screechy bite to it. It tends to be very masculine and very sophisticated for wearing in high heat. Aqua Velva, of course, again, not something you wear all day, but for a shave, again before bedtime, a splash of this, and it's just refreshing to wear when the sun is out and the heat is on. It has something to do with the citrus, light floral underneath, and of course the menthol sensation on the skin. I talked about this one very recently, Bois de Vetiver by Karl Lagerfeld. This one, again, to reiterate a little bit about that review, which you can check out here, It is citrusy, it is bright, and it lasts for a good portion of the day as long as you spray some on your clothes and through the skin. It's usually lasts me recently it's lasted me about 6 hours in the heat. And it wears well. And my favorite fragrance for the heat, Jovan's White Musk. It has, it opens with a kind of a sweet honeydew, and it has a slight, if you will, hairspray aldehyde bite to it, as well as a white clean musk. And again, it's not a $50 fragrance. At best, it's a $20 fragrance, but you get a lot for the $20, and I really don't have anything to complain about. It works great no matter what the temperature. It really projects the heat. When I wear this in the summertime, I smell great. Thank you so much for stopping by these 8 summertime fragrances. If you enjoy classical grooming products or modern products viewed through a classical lens, please subscribe.